Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's PSAI Talk Show. I'm Mithyll Dave, your host for today's session. I'm an author, entrepreneur, and a business strategist who helps solopreneurs and creators turn their ideas into impactful brands. I run the Content Alchemist Show podcast, and my book, The Brand Alchemist, dives into helping entrepreneurs bring clarity and strategy to their content journey. As a fellow speaker and a community builder, I am deeply passionate about creating spaces where ideas transform into actions. And today is all about exactly that, learning how we, as speakers, can grow not just on stage, but as a sustainable business. But before we deep dive and invite our speaker, let me quickly share about PSAI. So, the Professional Speaker Association of India has been formed to help build a strong community to help you enhance your professional speaking career globally. PSAI is proud to be part of Global Speaker Federation, an organization of 70 national speaking associations across the globe. In India, PSAI is in most of the cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Vadodara, and we recently launched a virtual chapter as well. Now let's talk a little bit about the PSAI Talk Show. Why did we started it? So this live interactive event is designed exclusively to raise awareness about the high impact speaking topics while giving you deeper insights into PSAI's vision, values, and the benefits of being part of our speaking fraternity. Now you can ask questions live, learn from experts, and connect with passionate professionals across the country. I'm super excited today because the guest who's going to be here, who's going to share with us the golden nuggets, I have he has been a role model, and I look forward to be taking notes today. I have personally met him, but let me quickly introduce you to him. So his none other than Sivakumar Palaniappan. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor, absolute honor to introduce today's guest. He is widely known as the Leadership Alchemist, a title that perfectly reflects his ability to transform individuals and organizations through the power of mindset and leadership. He has been recognized as one of the best leadership speakers and growth mindset coaches in India, inspiring countless professionals to unlock their true potential. A founding member of the Professional Speaker Association of India, PSAI, he has also graced prestigious platforms as a TEDx speaker and holds the coveted title of Certified Speaking Professional, CSP, which is a mark of excellence in the speaking world. Beyond that, he is the founder of Alchemy and ThinkFluence Global, organizations dedicated to creating meaningful impact through leadership, influence, and transformation. Please join me in welcoming a visionary speaker, mentor, and a thought leader, and a very good friend of mine, Mr. Shivakumar. Hi, Shiva.
Hi, hi, hello, good evening, good evening. Happy to see you, and my great pleasure to be part of this wonderful podcast, Metal.
Thank you so much. And on behalf of the entire PSCI Talk Show team, that is me, Jasmine, and Vijay, we welcome you to this particular episode. And I'm super excited to deep dive into picking your brain, trying to understand what exactly goes behind that and how did you become what you are today. So, Shiva,
Okay.
if you can quickly share your journey till now.
Okay, first of all, my apologies. I'm not in my office studio, home studio. I'm in a railway station, Chennai Central AC Lounge. I'm traveling for a work tomorrow to a remote place. So I have to catch my train at 7:30. I came a little early to do this podcast. Hopefully, there is no much of a disturbance around. So I will not get distracted by people around me. I'm going to focus on the camera, look at you, and then I'm going to answer you. So I'm sorry about bit of inconvenience around. So with that, let us jump start. My journey has been a pretty long journey. I started speaking on stage in my eighth standard, inspired by my Tamil teacher who pushed me onto the stage to do a talk in one of our school Independence Day or some event. I forgot now I don't remember very well, but I remember one inter-school event. There was a program, and then he said, "Can you do a 10-minute talk in Tamil on stage?" That's how I went on stage to speak, and that was the first seed in my life and journey. From then on, somehow I loved being on stage, sharing stories, talking to people, addressing people. That became my great love and passion. I kind of hung on to that work, and I traveled along with my Tamil teacher for 4 years, 9, 10th, and 11th, 12th standard. Almost 4.5, 5 years in my school. I was a very popular debater, speaker. I went to multiple inter-school competitions, district level competitions, state level competitions. I was known very well as a professional, not professional, yeah, public speaker on stage in Tamil. So that's where my early days of speaking started. But then I went to in my engineering college. It was purely into academics, nothing much of arts, science, and arts, culture, and sports in my college. I got into my electrical engineering. After my graduation, I moved into Bangalore to work for a multinational company. So I joined this wonderful Dutch company called Philips Semiconductors. And there I had an inspiring manager called Mukesh Nair. After joining the company in 4 months of time, I was having lunch with him and he asked, "What are your hobbies?" I said, "I read books, I read self help and motivation. I used to speak on stage in front of audience in Tamil. I love that." And then he just heard it from me and then he just moved on. But surprisingly, after the weekend on Monday morning, he came back to office with a small bag, a cover, which had DVDs of live sessions of Brain Tracy, Anthony Robbins, and then all great global speakers. That's when I understood there is a profession called speaking itself as a full-time profession. There are speakers, there are transformation agents, there are people who go on dais and speak, educate, transform, inspire people. I think that was a big revelation for me. And from then on, I started pursuing the Toastmasters into British Council, learn language. So that's the whole long journey, Nathan.
Fantastic, Shiva. Really loved it. And yes, your early days as a speaker started from the stage where the teacher gave you the opportunity to speak.
Yeah.
Totally. So Shiva, like you have been a part of the ecosystem, and you know that majorly when it comes to the speaking fraternity, there are three pillars. One who are known as the established speakers, one who we call as the evolving one,
Mm,
and the third are the ones who are the budding ones. So I
right.
will be focusing today by asking you series of questions, and will be also requesting all the audience to even ask their respective questions with respect to the speaking journey, so that each one can get the golden nuggets and can learn from you, because you have, I really want to open that Pandora box. All right. So Shiva, when it comes to from solopreneur to speakerpreneur, what do
Yeah.
you see as the biggest shift a budding speaker must make to grow just delivering talks to building a sustainable speaking business?
See, I think most of us speakers, trainers, coaches are all quite comfortable being a solopreneur because that's what our expertise is. We are very good in creating content, delivering talks, creating content, delivering programs, coaching programs. But ultimately, if you don't do aggressive sales, where will you get people to go and talk? Where will you get programs to go and deliver? Where will you get people to coach? So, a lot of trainers and coaches and speakers who are all experts in their own domain build expertise. They're very good in delivery, they're very good in their body of work. But to be very frank, many of us really are not that good in business and sales primarily, right? So what I think is any professional, right? Any business for that matter, if you are a exporting business, if you are a manufacturing business, if you are a startup company, if you are whatever business you do, you have to do aggressive sales. If you don't build your sales pipeline, you will not be able to bring revenue into the business consistently. You will not be able to bring cash flow. You will not be able to deliver your customers and clients. So I think as a speaker, you should also start thinking about doing a lot of sales and then speaking. So I think that's a big mind shift that has to start. You might not hire somebody to build and then have a team, have a CRM system, have a tracker, have a LinkedIn sales navigator. You don't need all of that. But are you yourself spending at least 1 or 2 hours a day focusing on the sales process of your speaking journey? I'm not even saying speaking business now. You are a speaker. How do you put you in front of the audience, front of your prospective buyers? So, what are you doing to promote yourself, to market yourself, to generate lead for yourself, to talk to prospective buyers, to send proposals, to put programs on pipeline, assignments on pipeline? I think that is a first step for a speaker to think about. Once that reasonably falls in place, then you might want to hire one intern or one salesperson to take phone calls, to follow up with leads, to generate new leads, to work on the proposals, to work on the payment follow up, wherein most part of this administrative work is taken away from you. You spend a lot of time on content development, content creation. So I think you definitely have to have somebody or some part of you doing the sales process. That is very important.
How wonderful, Shiva. And you exactly picked up the keynote topic that I speak on. That's sales funnels.
Sales funnel,
And
yeah.
and Praveen rightly gave me the name sales funnel tailor. But then yes, I totally resonate with you. We as speakers, we get huge opportunity to be in front of the audience directly and indirectly, be it be our exact target
Yeah.
audience who we want to focus on, or indirectly the event organizers or the organizations, the HR CXOs who take the decisions to invite us as speakers. So we need to position ourselves rightly so that we reach to that thing. this
Yeah.
is this is really something that I totally resonate with
No,
what you
in
say.
fact, I would want, see, if you establish yourself and grow, I would want everyone to think like a business, right? A business has a sales team, a business has a finance team, a business has an admin team, a business has a service team. So you might not have a very large office, a big office, but do you really have those resources who can pitch in to support you in growing a business? So my imagination would be, if I grow into, already I'm a CSP, I'm reasonably growing, getting into business, but my ambition is to set up a proper office with an admin, with an accountant, with a sales team, at least 3 4 people who will do aggressive sales, reach out to conferences, events, corporate clients, customers, look for opportunities where we can go and pitch ourselves as a speaker. I think my big vision is to build a proper business, right, with the right kind of team, with multiple verticals, multiple functions. I think that is how we should think our speaking as a business itself.
Fantastic, Shiva. This is one golden nugget I have heard again and again. Many speakers are very afraid to go into sales or pitch themselves, that hey, I'm selling something.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
leads me, Shiva, to the next question, that when it comes to we in the crowded speaking market that we say, how can a speaker, especially an evolving one, can carve out a niche that makes them noticed, respected, as well as booked
Okay.
consistently?
I think you have to look at 2 3 factors, right? One is, what is your expertise? What is your deep down core topic that you're aligned with? And then you could also look at your experience, your qualifications that could bring credibility to you. And more importantly, also look at what is there in the market, how the market is, how you align with the market. But I would still say market alignment would be a small percentage, but larger percentage is your expertise, your experience, your passion, what topic you really love, and where do you want to really make a big impact. So I think that is the question you have to ask to find a niche topic or a niche area. But the question is, how do you stand out on the niche? For example, people talk about marketing, people talk about sales, people talk on leadership. So all the sales, marketing, leadership are all topics that's been there for centuries in the world around. There are researchers, there are books, there are experts, there are professors in business schools, there are research articles published on these areas. So nothing is new. But the point is, you take the old content, old topic, and how do you spin it around and bring your way of communicating, your idea, your content? I think that makes a big difference. And in today's technology world, the large language model LLM world, you go and type on ChatGPT, on a Gemini, and any topic, you get the entire content there. The research content, the recently published content, century old article. I can go to an online platform, I can dig out the leadership articles of Harvard Business Review from the first edition to last edition, current edition now, which means the content is widely available, freely available, easily available to everybody in the world. So how can you position yourself as a unique speaker? I think as the time goes by, largely only by your way of delivery, your unique experiences, the stories you bring onto the table, the impact you create, the transformation you create, the connect you make, right? So in my mind, more than the content, how do you make an impact? How do you connect? How do you deliver? How do you spin around and bring a new perspective? That will help you to stand out in the crowded market.
Totally agree with you, Shiva. You need to bring your own flavor into the whole game. Then only you
Yeah,
stand out.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
it's going to be the same book talking about it.
Exactly. We have to see, look at this. Leadership is one topic which I love, I speak, and that topic has been there for centuries, right? Everybody talked about leadership, 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 from Chanakya to John Maxwell to everybody. But this one man comes from nowhere and talks about why Simon Sinek, and he captures the entire market on leadership actually. Not he spoke something new, but he spoke the same old content, a new perspective. I think we have to also search and work and strive to bring some spin, some uniqueness in our content that can kind of vibrate, resonate with larger audience in our market.
Absolutely, Shiva. Totally agree with you. Now, Shiva, the next question that I'm going to ask, usually people pay thousands of dollars for understanding this because this is something so crucial and it's a part of the sales pipeline. And I'm just extending from our very first question. So, when it comes to keynotes, if I see beyond keynotes, what are some untapped revenue streams a speaker should explore to make their business bigger, more impactful, and worthwhile?
I think, see, I would always tell, right? For example, I was selling, I'm a speaker all the time. But late from one of my mentors, Brenda Benz in Singapore, I realized that you don't have to go and claim I'm a speaker, right? You are an expert on your topic, and then you can speak very well on stage in front of an audience. But CSP is an added advantage I got. So I want to be known as a leadership alchemist who can transform people into better leaders. I could speak, I can train, I can consult, I can coach, I can do one-to-one coaching, group coaching. So I think people should not stick on to one area as speakers. They should think themselves as an expert, thought leader on their core niche topic. Around that, they can build multiple possibilities like speaking, training, consulting, coaching. You can even create your own products, game cards, posters, right? Your activities, unique activities and games, and there are a lot of possibilities that you can also productize it. You can even create copyrighted frameworks that you can license it to people. There are speakers I know who license it, write books, create a phenomenal content on YouTube, build a powerful channel that can bring revenue, create your own online recorded courses. Today, a lot of companies ask, right? They always want to integrate our content into their learning systems. They said, "Can do you have a recorded course? Can you sell the course to us? I'll put it into our learning system, and I want our team to go and learn in their own pace." So, speaking on a stage is only one part of the business. There are multiple ways you can leverage speaking by upselling, by cross-selling your products and your many other services possibly.
Absolutely. So when it comes to the river usually is built up of distributaries and tributaries, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how the, like the pipeline should keep on flowing. So it's all
correct.
about the flow. So you need to bring as much as possible from different branches, and who knows from which branch somewhere down the line you get another speaking gig, paid one.
True, true.
Lovely. So Shiva, when it comes to for established speakers, growth, what I have personally seen, growth often gets capped by time. So how can one scale a speaking business without actually burning out or diluting their personal brand?
See, especially as a speaker, if you are only a speaker, the problem is your revenue is purely based on your availability on the stage. Only when you go up on a stage and you deliver a talk, you get paid. Otherwise, you are not getting paid, right? So, as a speaker, we have to start thinking, how can I use and leverage my expertise I have to generate revenue possibilities, to generate more businesses, even if I'm not speaking on the stage. The one of the possibility is the recorded courses, creating a YouTube channel. Remember those days, right? Maybe 2, 3 decades ago, a lot of speakers used to also sell their DVDs, right? Their
Yes.
DVDs, the course content in DVD. I remember buying Brain Tracy's DVD, Anthony Robbins DVD. Books were popular actually, and then along with the book, they sold their CDs and DVDs, their live class DVDs. Actually, I remember I bought the live classroom session DVDs of Anthony Robbins, and then I was watching in my laptop to learn. That was a big revenue stream for him those days. Now everybody has come onto the online world, right? They're building online platform, online course, create content there, put a revenue to it. So I think there are multiple ways you can leverage your expertise to generate revenue, not only when you speak on stage. That's where the business thinking comes into picture. If you are a speaker, if in your mind, if you think like a speaker, you will always look for speaking opportunities, right? That's where your focus is. Oh my God, I want to go on a stage and I want to deliver a talk. I want to be in this stage and this stage and this stage. You are running behind the opportunities to be on stage and deliver a talk and you get paid. If you are a business person, what you will start speaking is one revenue stream. You're not only focusing on that. You're looking at other revenue possibilities. Can I sell my product? Can I sell my book? Can I sell my recorded courses? Can I make money through my YouTube channel? Can I affiliate with somebody? Can I do training? Can I do coaching? Can I do consulting? So you have to look at multiple possibilities using your thought leadership. That is when you move from speaker to a business owner, and also earn money not only when you are on the stage speaking.
Absolutely. And Shiva, I think this is what we call as building a better offer, giving it to the event conferences as well as to the decision makers, because the better the offer, and
Yeah, yeah,
in sales, we call this as value ladder. So, the more we add those, it creates a much better impact. And
true,
then,
true.
the ball is in their court. Let them decide whether they want five things, whether they want three things. And based on that, they can pick and choose the price point, and it's
Yeah,
still a
yeah, yeah.
win-win for the speaker.
Yes, very true.
So before I open the platform for people to ask questions, I want each one of you to ask some good questions on the comment section. But before that, let me take one question and pick brain of Shiva on AI. So with AI, virtual events and hybrid formats, which I slowly see, people are coming into it. As per your expertise and experience, Shiva, what new opportunities or challenges do you see shaping the business, speaking business, in the next 3 to 5 years?
Okay. Uh, Opportunities is this actually. AI will enable you to become a much more quicker, faster, effective content creator, speech creator, program creator, because earlier you have to sit down and think what do you want to say, what stories you want to build. It's a lot of time consuming process, even to build a proposal, build a program, create a keynote talk. But today you have technology and platforms available where you can just go give your brief overview and outline. The tool can comfortably create you content, article, even book writing. I heard is happening aggressively through AI platform these days. So I think every speaker should leverage technology and platforms for content creation, even for marketing, even for sales, but wherever possible. But the challenge I see is like Google, anybody can go and search anything on Google. Google will give you the same result. So AI is also going to be the same, right? What you get is somebody is also getting. A young trainer, aspiring trainer who just came out of college can go and type on leadership 5 ways to lead, and he get the same content like what you're getting. So the opportunities are there, but challenge also is anybody and everybody can become a thought leader in a short time. They can create content, go on LinkedIn, share information. But the question is, how effectively are you positioning yourself as a authentic, original thinker and thought leader? Today, if you go to LinkedIn, a lot of posts, a lot of content. If you read them through, you will quite easily find out this is an AI content with some standard templates, standard hyphen marks, standard in today's challenging business world. So, right? So AI is very predictable. So if you see predictable content, you will easily know this is tool generated content, not authentic content. So you have to bring your authenticity that will help you to beat the competition. So AI, in my mind, is both opportunity in a very big way, but also a challenge on the other end. Number one, this is only the basic AI I'm talking about. There are agentic AI, there are automation tools, there are a lot of platforms coming in. I think I'm still yet to explore the agent part. I'm trying out few things actually, but then that is going to be another game changer if you are a speaking business person, because marketing, sales, follow up can completely be automated through all this AI agents that people are building these days.
Totally agree with you. I mean, that's the reason it's called as artificial intelligence and not natural intelligence. And that's why
Yeah,
the nature has given us that intelligence to, kind of bring our flavor into it with the help
exactly.
of artificial intelligence. All right. So now we will be picking up questions from people who are watching us live. So we have one beautiful question from Shrikant. He's asking, from a strategy standpoint, can a speaker totally stick to one topic or one talk, let's say 20 minutes talk, and get it absolutely perfect and replicate this across conferences? Shiva.
That's definitely possible. I know some of the global speakers have one keynote or maybe two, three keynote talks that they repeat in every other conference across the globe. I know people who have one. I know a person, a very reasonably well established speaker, has one keynote and he's been doing this for last more than a decade now. But again, it depends on how do you position yourself. Is that a very unique concept that everybody want to hear from you again and again and again, or is that a me too concept, right, where anybody can copy and do it? The one guy I'm talking about is David Lim. David Lim is a mountaineer. He conquered Mount Everest, and then he talks about Mount Everest leadership journey, and he says, I'm the only person in the world who talks about Mount Everest journey and leadership journey connected together, which means nobody else is there to compete with him. He's so unique and he shares his experience. So for him, it really works very well. So if you have a very unique experience that nobody can compete, nobody can copy, nobody can claim, only it's your space, your area, only you can claim, definitely it can be one single solid, maybe 40 minutes to 1 hour keynote talk that you can repeat again and again and again many times. But the challenge is, in today's technology world, people are watching content on YouTube. You might be sharing your videos on YouTube. Your talk might go on YouTube. People will come and check before listening to you. And if they come to your conference and they say, hey, this guy spoke same thing on the YouTube also, and he's speaking again now, that is more likely to happen today in the media world. So you might have to also continuously reinvent yourself, add new stories, add new twists and new perspectives. But keynote can be one. That's one part. Another part is to become an established speaker and a thought leader, you have to anchor in one place, right? You can't be in everywhere. You can't say I'm an expert on marketing, sales, leadership, communication. But no, it doesn't work like that. So you have to anchor on one core area, one key topic, and then from there you can branch out to one or two or three connected areas, but not completely different areas. That's how most people build their thought leadership around.
Uh, I mean, this is something, I mean, one of the profound golden nugget that you shared, Shiva. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. There's another beautiful question asked by Yabijan. He says, can you share something about the pricing of speaking gigs? How to make sure you have rightly priced according to
Oh
the
my
market
God.
demand? And this
This
is
is a very
something,
difficult question, a most often asked question. How do I price it? Where do I keep it? Okay. See, as far as pricing is concerned, like training, consulting, coaching, speaking, definitely there is no one single formula or one single method, and also one single price framework will never apply to everybody. It depends on how demand are you in the market, how well are you positioned in the market, how your delivery is, how your content is, how your experience is. A lot of factors play an important role in pricing decision. You might do the same topic, but somebody else is a very popular politician or very popular speaker who's very well known, might do something similar to what you do, but he might earn many times more than what you're earning. Recently, we hired Mr. Gaur Gopal Das for a big conference in Chennai, and we paid close to 16, 17 lakhs for him and his team to come back and go. 20 lakhs was the budget. Oh, but then why? Because he has built this big aura around him, visibility around him, personality around him. Can someone replicate the same topic like he did? Yeah, someone can do it. But will that person get the same 20 lakh? No chance and no way. So pricing is so very subjective, so very tricky. If you want to generalize and understand, in my understanding, in India, largely the speaker fee ranges starts from maybe 30,000 rupees. If it is a small conference, small event, a school or a college you want to a speaker to come and speak, I understand. If you have a decent profile, it's not that you're very well established, very well known, huge marketing, branding, lot of followership, you've done a lot of work. You are reasonably a good speaker. You have a good presence. You got good one pager. Your profile is solid. You have an experience already. You can deliver good content. There are some solid YouTube videos and reviews and testimonials you have got. If you are reasonably there already, I think in the Indian context, the comfortable speaking fee can start with 30,000 rupees and it can go up to 3.5 lakhs. If you are a celebrity speaker, if you are a best selling author, if you are an influencer in social media with millions of followers, you can even go up to 6-7 lakhs also.
wow. I hope, Yabijan, we were able to justify with the answer. All
So
right. So let's
it's
go.
like this, right? I learned from my mentor who says, you start with the, if you are a newbie, right? If you are not into professional speaking, if you are starting now, or if you are an aspiring speaker, you have not done many paid keynote talks or assignments. Now what you do is start exploring possibilities, right? Reach out to conferences, reach out to friends in corporate world, try to find opportunities for you to go and be on a stage. In the initial days, do it for pro bono, but take your camera crew, hire a photographer, videographer, take phenomenal photos, great content videos, come back and write about that on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Market brand yourself, promote yourself. Maybe do it 3, 4 times until people notice you and say, hey, can you come and talk in my event or my conference? When somebody voluntarily comes and says, I want you to come and speak, then you say, oh, I usually charge 30,000 rupees for my keynote talk. If it is okay, I can come and do it. Then check, are they happily paying you 30K or are they negotiating with you? Is it too high for them? Is it too low for them? And then you understand the market. And then if it is good, you go and do it. And if you get 10, 15, 20 talks at 30,000 rupees pricing, and if people are not negotiating with you, and if they're quite comfortably accepting your price point, then it is time for you to increase the price a little bit. Make it 50,000 rupees and say, now I talk 50,000 rupees. See how many of them are saying no to you, how many of them are negotiating with you, how many of you happily accepting, oh, 50,000 rupees, good, come and speak to us. So I think you have to test the market, you have to play the game. As you scale up, you can slowly go from 30K to 50K to 1 lakh and then scale up your price point.
I think this is a trade secret. Shiva, you give it to us. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
No, I've gone through a lot of difficult journey. Sometimes we feel, oh my God, am I doing undervalue myself? Sometimes we think, did I quote high? I lost the opportunity. That's always a huge, mental trauma we all go through, right? Sometimes we don't want to lose opportunity, but we also are doubtful, should I quote this much or this much? A lot of thoughts go inside. I've gone through that. I wish all our friends and colleagues in PSI should not go through that trauma.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And definitely you are a very good giver, and this truly means a lot. With that, we come to another question. It's a very beautiful question by Bharti Naik. She says, can you throw some light on IP trademarking, the content, topics, title, logo for the professional speaker? So we are talking now from the branding perspective also.
Yeah, yeah. See, though I'm an engineer, used to work in technology companies. I filed 1 or 2 patents in my first job as an engineer. Slowly, I kind of move more towards open source concepts. In today's open market, I don't think there is a big time IP or a simple example. Maybe I don't think it really works. It's my understanding. Imagine you have a framework or I have something called growth grid, okay? A nice quadrant framework. I go and teach business owners, senior leaders. I have the framework, I have a little booklet, I give it to people around. If somebody picks it up and even if they do it themselves, it's very hard chance for me to go and find it out and then get the proof of them doing and then go to a court and then fight a legal case and say this is my IP, my concept. I think it's a very long tedious process. And in my mind, if somebody is copying my content, I feel very happy and proud. Oh my God, I've done a good job in creating a very good content that somebody is happily copying it. So I would not really go behind IP and protection. And in this open source world, see, it's very simple. All our information is available to the internet world. Correct? No, your entire history is in Google servers. Your Gmail has everything. Your OTPs, your bank information, your tax information, every single information of yours is somewhere lying in the email servers of Google. Your WhatsApp has all your information. Facebook servers have all the information, right? So I think uh, there is that age of protecting your content, creating an IP. Nobody should copy my content is gone far away, and then we have progressed much. So you have to create more and more interesting content, interesting framework. Even if somebody copies, it's fine. That's my thinking. But there are a couple of my friends who go behind trademark, registration. Maybe logo you might have to trademark because logo is unique to you. You don't want someone to have a same name, same design. But the content and your program framework, I think it's okay.
Thank you so much, Shiva, for sharing that. And before we take some more questions,
I'll ask one more question. How many
yeah.
of us receive a lot of PDF books in WhatsApp? Every time I see a PDF book in WhatsApp, my heart breaks. Oh my God, some author would have spent days and night to write a book, get it published, get it printed, marketing it everywhere. Suddenly, you get a nice PDF book in a WhatsApp message saying this is the book. You can download the entire book, right? And I see
True.
some very well learned people, highly qualified leaders in WhatsApp groups sharing PDF book copies to everybody. So where is IP in this? Where is copyright? Where is IP? It's literally not there.
True. I mean, there is another side of it. Thank you, Shiva, for
Yeah.
sharing it. Awesome. So before we take more questions, I want to have a rapid fire round with you, Shiva, where I'll be
Wow.
asking you a few
Yes.
questions and I will not give you time to think. Whatever the first thing comes in your mind, you have to share. So are
Done.
you ready?
Game. Let's play. Yeah.
Lovely. So the very first question, the biggest myth about growing a speaking business.
Speakers live a very luxurious life. They always travel in business class. They get big time treatment. That's not true.
True. Second question. One skill every budding speaker must master apart from speaking.
Sales.
Oh, love it. Third, your most memorable stage moment, good or bad. You can share any.
My most memorable, it's a long story. I will keep it very short. My parents, mom and dad, were terribly worried when I quit the corporate world to start my training speaking journey. My dad is no more. My mom is there 10 years after my corporate life. Still today, she is worried. She always scripts about me quitting a large corporate company. That's a different story. They were really concerned and worried about what am I doing. After quitting the corporate world, 3 years afterwards, I got to speak in a very large Rotary conclave in Coimbatore. It was in Tamil, so I brought them as an audience. I spoke, I delivered for 1 hour a very powerful keynote to thousands of business owners in a huge convention hall. After me was a very, very well respected, popular Tamil speaker called Tamilaravi Manian. He was supposed to speak. Fortunately, he entered halfway through. He sat there in the front row listening to my whole speech. I did my speech. Everybody applauded. I went down. This man comes on stage. They introduce him. He goes to the podium. He picks up the mic. He starts speaking. In few seconds, he stops and says, "Before I start my speech, I want to talk about Sivakumar and his speech." And he speaks for at least 2 minutes, praising my content, praising my delivery, appreciating me for doing a wonderful task. And that moment, I saw my mom and dad in tears. I think that was it's a memorable moment that I never forget in my entire life. That the moment they started believing, yeah, our son is doing something meaningful in his life.
This is a power of a speaker. You can
Yeah,
invoke
yeah.
emotions also. You made me emotional too.
Thank you.
So, Shiva, if you had to start your speaking business all over again today, what's the first thing you will do differently?
I spend a lot of time in fine tuning my delivery.
All right. Next question. A book, a podcast, or a mentor that influenced your speaking journey the most.
One mentor who has a heavy influence on my journey is one and only my dear Brenda Benz from Singapore. And the Referable Speaker, the wonderful book called Referable Speaker.
Lovely, lovely. And the last question from Rapid Fire, one word that describes your personal speaking philosophy.
There's not one word, I have three words: engage, entertain, educate.
I mean, this is the formula for virality for content also.
So I would always design my keynote talks that I want to engage with my audience, connect with them, and then bring more humor, entertain them, and then really go and educate and transform. I think that's what I believe that really works well.
Lovely, lovely. All right, so we have one question, Shiva, from Jasmine.
I loved this rapid fire. It's brilliant. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. This was something
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kept it surprise.
Thank you so much.
So Jasmine is asking a very beautiful question, and this is a question
Okay.
for I have personally seen a lot of budding speakers also ask: Is it a myth or is it true that if we do free talks, then it is tough to shift to paid speeches?
Not really. I don't think so. If you don't do free talk, where will you get your first opportunity from? Nobody is going to pay you lakhs and lakhs as a first time speaker, right? You have to prove your metal. You have to test your content. You have to experiment on stage. Now you might not do a very large, like stand-up comedians don't do a huge show before they go and test their pieces in small open circles. Maybe you try it out. Go to Toastmasters Club, go to your own friend circle, go to small companies, test your content, do free of cost, go to Rotary, go to other social forums. And then once you are able to deliver solid content, once you build your profile, then you say, okay, now I would charge for speaking.
Got
I'll
it.
tell you, right? Lot of speak. Okay, I don't know. It's a PSAI forum. It's everybody's watching in LinkedIn, YouTube also. But let me be very candid and very truthful, right? Lot of speakers in our own community who says, not our own community in general. I'm saying outside also. I don't do anything less than 3 lakh rupees, 4 lakh rupees. I don't do free talk. I don't do this. I only. I I didn't see a lot of people, didn't see truth in them, right? I didn't see truth in them. I know they do a lot of other stuff also at lower price. So I think don't go by people who say I only do paid talk, I only charge 3-4 lakh. It's not true. It doesn't. India is still a very nascent growing market in terms of speaking. We are a training country largely, so coaching is picking up reasonably well. Speaking is still time to pick up. It's starting in a very early stage. So I think you have to do free speeches. Don't have to go and publicly announce everywhere, I'm doing free speech, free speech, free speech. Do free speech for you to practice, for you to create your collaterals and pictures and videos. Using that, you market yourself as a paid speaker.
Wonderful, Shiva. I mean, this is something so true. And if followed and executed in a right way, and later using those assets from the free speech and
Yeah,
positioning yourself, I think paid speeches is, like, you're bound to get it.
yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Now, let me give me one secret, Shiva, I would like to share on this particular platform. One of the major reasons that I joined PSAI was PSS,
Okay.
because my friend Saurabh spoke so brilliantly about PSS 2025, the
Mhm.
Mumbai summit, that I was so much intrigued and hooked up to it. Like, I want to be a part of this fraternity, this community, and I am super excited to be a part and
Were
looking
you part
forward to
of the
participate.
PSS 2025 in Mumbai?
No, I was not. I joined
Okay,
after
I know
that.
Saurabh spoke very high about that event because there was a phenomenal opening keynote speaker on day two, actually. That would have been a big reason for him to talk about it.
And who was that?
That was that was that was yours truly.
True,
This is
true.
anyway a self-appraisal in marketing, but I'll tell you, PSS is a phenomenal platform where we get to meet some global experts, global speakers across the country coming together to learn, network, and collaborate. I think if you have even a small wish to be a speaker or a trainer, coach in the knowledge industry and business, everyone must attend this professional speaker summit that's happening in February in Chennai 2026. I think that's a great place to be.
Absolutely. Why don't, Shiva, we take a glimpse of it with your permission,
Oh
if I
yeah,
can share a
please,
video?
would love to. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Awesome.
One voice can spark an idea, but many voices united create a movement. We are speakers, we are storytellers, we are change makers. We stand on the power of our words, but words alone don't shape the future. It is when voices come together, when knowledge is shared, that's when true transformation happens. We are a young association, bold, relentless, taking confident strides into the world of professional speaking. But we don't walk alone, we rise together. And what better place to experience synergy than a land where time itself has stood witness to it? Welcome to Chennai. This year we gather not just to speak, but to breathe, reflect and connect at a one-of-a-kind beachside retreat in Chennai. Set along the scenic East Coast Road, this beachfront venue blends elegance with energy. Walk barefoot on the sands. Let the sea breeze ignite your next big idea. Share the table with folks from all over the globe and indulge in a buffet that could range from Thai sadam to biryani, angel hair pasta to zucchini salad, fried fish to grilled lobster, and coconut-drenched curries from coastal India. AI will shape our tools, but synergy will shape our destiny. Because while technology may keep throwing up the next big thing, humanity has always strived on synergy. This is our moment. This is our stage. This is our synergy. Professional Speakers Summit 2026. Lock the date. Come join us. Be a part of the moment.
Wow. Whenever I see this video, it gives me a goosebump. And I'm looking
Yeah,
forward.
very well done. Yeah.
Absolutely. And very rightly said by Sagar, PSS equals to MBA in professional speaking. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sagar, for saying that. Lovely. We will be taking last question. It's from Babu Shankara Subramaniam. And it's a very, very deep question, if I have to say. Technical speech or entertaining? How to position?
Okay. It's a very powerful question. I've learned from my mentors. If you want to make money as a speaker, better you also entertain people. Right? So a hardcore technology speech will not really excite, right? Normally, why would someone hire a keynote speaker for a conference, for a large event where a lot of people are gathered together? You have to really spark that energy and enthusiasm in people, excite them towards the conference and event and learning. So even if you are delivering a hardcore technology technical topic, how can you humanize it? How can you bring in humor? How can you make people laugh and smile and engage with you? I think that is what is going to help you grow as a speaker. So I don't think you can completely say. In fact, I would go one step further and say, if you want to thrive as a speaker in today's modern world, you have to go beyond speaking and become a performer on the stage. You have to stage a performance. You have to. I know professional speakers who hire a director, who hire a screenwriter, choreographer to choreograph their speeches. So that's how the world is going, right? So even if you talk technology, even if you talk AI, even if you talk a boring topic on taxation, you have to ask, how do you make it entertaining? How do you make it engaging? That's how you get your speaking business going. Otherwise, you might do one-off speeches and you might not be in demand.
Totally agree with you, Shiva. And I'll just try to add one thing here. Try to create a brand recall when it comes to a speaker.
Yeah.
I, after entering into and being a part of PSAI, Shiva, what I did was I kind of explored so many international speakers. So from a keynote speaker who carries a chicken in the bag to another speaker to another speaker who uses a sword as a prop, and it
Yeah.
is so beautifully synchronized that there are three talk, and he
Yeah.
sometimes comes as a Troy, sometimes he comes as a Caesar. Brilliant. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
totally agree with you that this is performance and not just presentation, and our words bring so much power. So you need to work thoroughly with it, and that synchronization is very much important.
Yeah.
So, on behalf of the entire PSAI talk show team, that is me, Jasmine, Vijay, Yavijan, we really, from the bottom of our heart, we are really grateful that you take out your time today and you shared so many golden nuggets. All the people who are watching this live, do share how you felt quickly, so that this is something that we can give back to Shiva, because this is the energy that everyone loves to have. And let's give it back to him the way he brilliantly gave up so many golden nuggets, his entire experience. I think it's time for us to give him back. What do you all guys say?
Should I share my bank account?
Surely, I'll share the QR code. So once again, thank you so much, Sivakumar, for sharing
Thank
such
you.
powerful insights with us today.
Mithil, I really want to thank you, dear. Phenomenal session. I loved your questions. I loved the rapid fire. It was so deep and profound. Thank you so much. And also thanks to the entire team who's worked behind this whole process. Thanks to Yavi Jan, Rob, Jasmine, everybody who was behind the whole team. And also thanks to the Southern Railways for giving me this wonderful AC launch in the railway station quietly to do the session. I was a little worried about my travel, the session conflicting. Thanks to Yabi for the quick reference also. So I really, really appreciate everyone who took time to watch this live, who will be watching later. So please, please enroll yourself into PSS 2026. Let us all meet, learn, and celebrate in the month of February in Chennai. That's a phenomenal platform where global speakers come together. I personally look forward to see and meet every one of you in our Professional Speaker Summit 2026. Thank you, Mathil, for the wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shiva. Once again, from building a strong personal brand to scaling a sustainable speaking business, you really, have given strategies that every budding, evolving, and even established speakers can put into action. And I personally learned a lot today. And also to all the PSAI members and my speaking friends who tune in today, live, taking out your valuable time. I hope you're walking away with clarity, courage, and fresh ideas to take your speaking journey to the next level. Please remember, speaking is not just about being on the stage, but it's about creating impact, building communities, and running it like a true business. So, on this note, thank you so much for joining us in this PSAI Talk Show. Stay visible, stay impactful, and keep tuning your voice into value. But until next time, this is Mithyll Dave signing off along with Shivakumar. See you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
and bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.
See you.